Hi, I'm Dr. Sheetal Nair, an author and a psychotherapist. As a psychotherapist, I'd like to identify myself as a relationship and affairs coach. It's very interesting because I end up meeting people across the globe and I notice one specific thing which is similar across. We feel the same way. Irrespective of caste, creed, color, gender, feelings are same. As a human being, we all want to be successful. We all want to be happy. And what makes us happy? Knowledge, time, money. Three basic epithets. So idea here is, if you don't have knowledge, use time and money to acquire knowledge. If you don't have money, use knowledge and time to acquire money. And eventually human race is happy. Does that actually happen? In my experience, it doesn't. We all strive for peace, yet peace eludes us. The idea here is, the past 10 years of research has taken me through a marker. The marker is known as the connect marker. We have identified 5 specific epithets in human behavior which, if we work on, will make us happier. But why are we not happy? We're not happy because the generation around us, the environment around us is 3E, not 5G, 3E. That is educated, highly entertained, yet emotionally unregulated. In the 3A environment, if you want to survive and make yourself happy, then you have to follow the connect marker. Let me take you through them. Connect starts with a C. C is competency. Competence is something which is there in each one of us. We all strive to build it. Many times, clients sit across the table with me and they talk. I was a topper in school. I was a first bencher. I was a teacher's pet. Yet the moment I left the classroom, I was invisible. Okay. What next? I went into the corporate world. I became a success. I have an amazing LinkedIn profile. I have a business. But you know what breaks me? I asked him, please do share. What breaks you? He says, what breaks me is that I do not know. In spite of doing everything right, I still feel disconnected. You know why this disconnect is there? This disconnect is there because as a society, we have taught them to be competent, but we have not taught them to be connected. The problem is that if you're not connected to yourself, if you're not connected to your inner desires, you would never know how much competency to acquire. The moment you get connected, the moment you stay in touch, your competency maps out. The first C, done. O, overachievement takes over identity. There are many times I meet founders, startup founders, CEOs, CXOs, the C-suite guys, who say that, you know what, we just do not know what to do when we are resting. So is it because they are overworked? Is it because they are over-ambitious? So no, they're not over-ambitious. They are not overworked. But the reality is, being still scares them. Being still makes them anxious. Look around you. There will be so many people who are just like this. They constantly need to work. They constantly need to be occupied. Because if they stay still, they go mad. Is that something that is okay? It is not. These people have started using achievements as armor. Praises, promotions, and preferential treatments. This is what is their life. The problem is, for these overachievers, they have taken over the identity, and for them, success is overworking and failure is death. As a society, we don't need to work like this. So you have to ensure that you draw the thin line between overachievement, overworking, taking over your identity. Next, the double N's. The need to name your needs. The idea here is, as a relationship coach, there are many people who come to me who talk about their relationship going through turmoil. And our responsibility as a therapist, as a team, is to ensure that they take care of themselves. But the prima facie need, which I've always found, is 70% of the relationships go kaput because they are not able to frame the specific need that they have to their partner. The idea here is, if you're ashamed to share what you need from your partner, then your partner is never going to be able to give that to you. And if your partner is never going to be able to give that to you, human beings will obviously look outside. You step out of your marriage, you cheat, and that is not a great thing for your marriage. Your relationship goes kaput. As a society, we have failed here because we teach people the importance of relationships. We teach people how marriage is so important for the society, yet we are unable to take them through the basic necessities of a relationship, that is expressing your needs, your desire, and the importance of intimacy. The more that you focus on this, the better you become. Why? Because needs are not like water, that they will vaporize the moment sunlight falls on them. Needs will become mischievous, and the moment they become mischievous, you know what happens. Next, E, the E of the connect, entertainment. It is very necessary for us to have a balanced diet. This is accepted for a better physical health. Carbs, fiber, protein is something which is essential for us. Similarly, even our brain needs a diet, the diet of dose, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin. The moment any of this hormone goes up, the entire mental fatigue happens and the balance becomes imbalanced. The idea here is, just like a physical diet goes for a toss, if there is one component which goes up, the mental diet also goes for a toss. And we are all in a very bad situation today because we are a distracted generation. There is a dopamine rush which is taking us over. Sitting in a cafe, sitting across the table, talking to your friend, talking to your spouse, we are all scrolling on our phones, watching something on Netflix, watching something on Amazon Prime. The idea here is we lose context. We have no connect to the person sitting in front of us. Well, then what do? Over weekend, we switch on the OTT and our mind grows and tries to make friends with the characters we see on the TV. And they become our friends, and eventually we lose connect with the people outside. As a society, human beings can only thrive with connection. So if you avoid that, it will not work. Going to the final part of connect, the CT, that is conflict and tolerance. You have seen people fighting on highways, you have seen people fighting on traffic stops, in offices, at homes. The problem is, when they fight, they become personal. They take names, they try to pull you down. They ensure that they demean the other person. The problem is that we have never taught them emotional regulation. The idea is that if you have anger, you should be able to express it better. If you want to express the anger better, you need to understand that the basic necessity of conflict is negotiation. Negotiate with the other person as to how you manage the conflict. And the only person who can manage conflict best is the one who is tolerant. The man who stays still while the arguments are happening is the winner. So that is the connect module. If you follow the connect module, you obviously have easy access to the K, T, and M. That is knowledge, time, and money. Let me repeat the connect. Do not focus on competence. Do not let it overall connection. Do not focus on overachievement. Ensure that you maintain a balance. Do not focus, or rather forget, that you need to name your desires. Do not focus too much on entertainment, because the too much of dopamine rush will not help you. And always ensure that every single conflict needs a certain amount of tolerance. If you don't have that, you will lose connect. That is a marker to succeed, because today it is very easy to enter a room. Your education is always going to take you through and make you part of a larger audience. But if you're not emotionally regulated, you will not stay in the room for long. The world does not need too many overachievers. What the world needs is connected individuals to achieve peace and prosperity in life. Thank you. Cheers.